Hello, Women of Impact. My name is Cassie Frazier, and I'm the Executive Director of Sylvia's Child Advocacy Center. Our mission at Sylvia's CAC is to reduce the trauma to a child victim of abuse by allowing them to tell their story in a safe, comfortable, and child-focused environment. We utilize trained forensic interviewer who will ask age-appropriate and non-leading questions and support child victims. The child's multidisciplinary team of law enforcement, prosecutor's office, child protective services, mental health providers, and victim advocates work together to shepherd the child and his or her family toward the first steps of healing. Our center was created 10 years ago as a result of a severe domestic violence case. A young mother was bludgeoned to death by her ex-husband. She had relocated to Boone County to escape domestic violence and protect herself and her children. Her abuser found her, attacked her, beating her, and eventually murdering her with a hammer. This was in front of their 4-year-old child, who witnessed the entire event. While investigating this horrific crime, our founders discovered that other communities were using child advocacy centers to interview children. These children experienced traumatic events, such as our 4-year-old. They discovered that these centers were focused on the child. They provided the child with a safe, warm, inviting place to talk about horrific acts with someone who is trained to gather details in a compassionate and non-traumatic way. Since 2010, we have provided that space for over 1,700 children and families in Boone County. We have assisted in the investigation of sexual abuse, physical abuse, witness to violence, and witness to traumatic events. We have increased efforts to prevent abuse through partnering with our agencies, assisting in funding, facilitating vital programs such as teen lawyers, child lawyers, stewards of children, and first response to child abuse. Annually, we provide prevention education to over 12,500 children in Boone County. COVID-19 brought new challenges, as it did for all agencies. We had to pivot and look at ways to reach our community and our children while we sheltered in place. Can you imagine how scary it would be for a child to be in a home with their abuser and have no outlet like school or sports to get away from their abuser? So we partnered with the Community Foundation and developed training videos to send out to everyone who may have contact with our children during this time. They explained the signs and symptoms of abuse and told the viewer the one thing that you can do to help the child. If you see something or hear something, report it. In order to continue these vital services, we need to ensure we are financially stable. We are funded through 2 grants, one federal and one state. These grants account for 75% of our annual budget of $160,000 a year. As with any governmental grant, these could be reduced at any time, and we are prepared to see a drastic reduction in the next few years. The rest of our funds must be raised through smaller grants or fundraisers and private donors. Think about this. It costs the CAC $1.60 to provide prevention programs to a child. According to Johns Hopkins, non-fatal child sexual abuse was associated with nearly $283,000 in costs over the lifetime of one female survivor. We can empower each of our children to seek help before or if abuse occurs for $1.60. Going forward, we hope to continue to provide the best services for children and families in Boone County. We want to be the place where healing can begin, and the children of this community will have safe and happy childhoods as they deserve. Thank you so much for nominating Sylvia's Child Advocacy Center and for the opportunity to share our story with you.